Greetings again, adventurers, and welcome back to Let's Play Revelations Persona. In the last episode, we finally made it to the shrine where Alan had kept Mary's mother Nancy safe, despite the fact that she'd been grazed by a bullet from one of Sebek's own men on orders from Guido Sardinia himself, which is most ominous. Nancy then proceeded to tell us about the Davis system, a brand new machine that Sebek has been working on, and which Guido himself has been overseeing, which the Davis system is pretty much the machine that is responsible for the phenomena that is covering Lunavale, as well as the sudden onset appearances of the demons that have been running amok. She also mentioned she escaped via a secret passageway that can be located at the abandoned factory where we found Chris a while ago. And of course, in typical fashion, both Mark and Nate have disappeared to the factory, leaving us by ourselves as usual. Everyone else is busy doing something here at St. Hermelin, so I'm pretty much on my own at this point. And of course, since Mark and Nate have gone to the factory, I don't have the security card, because that's what they need to open the secret passage door in the first place. Now, Ellen and the others are busy. They're actually planning to block up the hole, because they've sealed the gates. The hole that serves as the quote-unquote side entrance to St. Hermelin High, the one that Vice Principal Hanya told us not to use in the first place. But it's the only way that Nate and Mark will be able to get back in, so we don't want Ellen and the others to block it up just yet. And speaking of the Vice Principal, let's, see them. And there's Dr. Cotter again, the principal of St. Hermelin. Yeah, she's more caring about her students. Unlike you. Yeah, school is in session and there are demons running everywhere. Hamia. Well, even if we'd all gone home, this still would have happened. Always thinking about yourself there, Takeshi. See what else you have to say. Yeah, like Miss Smith, Dr. Cotter is more considerate of the students in her school. And you're just a career hog, pretty much. He only lives for his own authority, and no one else's. Before we head out to the hole by the gymnasium, we're actually going to pay a visit to the library and see what our good old friend Kane has to say. Actually, I think it's on the 3rd floor, not the 2nd floor. Well, I do know that his information can be fairly inaccurate at times. Okay, most of the time. Okay, 95 to 99% of the time. But there might be that one rare 1% of the time, or dare I say 0.1% of the time, where he might actually have something useful. Do you have something useful? Well, that statement is actually 110% accurate there. Having said that, yeah. But this time it's real. It's just not the work of aliens. We can trust that it's real because, well, we know that for a fact. But do you have anything to say? Oh, so now you're finally saying showing consideration for Devil Boy, as you called him. Well, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Could actually look for the others at this point, but I'm not going to. I'm certainly not going to talk to anyone else in the main building of St. Hermelin, because there's no point in doing so. Actually, I want to see if TJ is still in the classroom that she was in earlier, just to make sure. And then there's the problem of Mary. We need to rescue her as soon as possible. No, TJ, sorry, isn't in this classroom. Apparently she went to the hole in the wall. It's very thoughtful of her, and very useful. Then again, we don't want them to do it just yet, otherwise Nate and Mark will be trapped on the outside. And as fun as it would be to leave those two knuckleheads to go at it, we kind of need them alive. They are classmates after all. Now let's head out to the hole in the wall, just near the gymnasium. There are Alana and TJ, but we're actually not going to talk to them just yet. We actually want to go to the sports clubs here in the gymnasium, but not basketball. Why are we actually going here? Well, you will see in a moment. Because not only did we get different dialogue, but I believe certain things have changed here in the club rooms. Yeah, except for here. And these people are still wondering what's going on. Yeah, they are. Zombies, demons, everything. Everything is messed up. And there's nothing here worth noting here in the drama club. There are things in the other clubs, which is very good. Things that will actually be most useful. Yeah, there are now boxes here, boxes of equipment that we can now use. Headgear, better than cloth hats, and gloves. So let me just adjust my equipment. We can't make the gloves ourselves. Yeah, those are the only two boxes in the boxing club. Yeah, better to get this equipment now because we're not going to get it later once we leave. And we are going to leave St. Hermelin High to look for the two Stooges, as I call them, and Bo. Bo will actually come in fairly handy, if I do say so myself, but we're not going to be the ones using it. So I already have a weapon of choice at mind. And speaking of two Stooges, yeah, he's still at the pharmacy there, Tadashi. Yeah, these two are actually worse than Mark and Nate, if you can believe it. I don't think that's how tongue twisters work. Anyway, I'm just going to take some gauntlets here, which would be quite useful. Now I would beg to differ there, Tadashi, as we will soon see. Apparently she has something to give us. Apparently she used it at her previous school, which just so happened to be the school in Shin Megami Tensei If. I wonder if that English localization will ever be finished, I wonder. And we received a rapier, which will be very useful indeed, better than a scalpel or a mop. But Actually, interestingly enough, we actually have two rapiers because we actually ended up getting a second one from Ellen, although it didn't tell us that we got a second rapier. Or maybe she gave her one to her and I pressed the wrong button. Yeah, circle button not only cancels but takes you right out of the menu, whereas triangle is the regular cancel button. What else do you have to say? Some demons are quite understanding. Fighting isn't the only solution, because there are alternatives to fighting, as we all well know. That's basically her saying, well, elaborating a bit more about demon negotiations from the classic Shin Megami Tensei. I want to talk to you two, just to see what you have to say. These two will be fighting forever, even if there were a typhoon or a hurricane. Yeah. Tamaki actually knows the demons' true names. Funny that. And she even knows their strengths, weaknesses, and characteristics. Well, she wasn't the secondary protagonist of Shin Megami Tensei if for nothing. Yeah, there are even certain demons that are actually completely hostile to each other, would you believe it? But there are also some demons which really get along quite well. It's a nice little quirk. Anyway, let's go into this room. Cheerleading room. And we get some trench shoes. These will probably be fairly useful. And again, maybe not. No. They're not useful for us, but they will be useful for someone else, I suppose. Now, unless we can get into this final room, I think we're about done here. No, this room is locked. Fair enough. And so that is everything. That is all the equipment we'll be needing thus far. And again, now is pretty much the best time to acquire it, as there is no other time you'll ever be able to do so in this instance. Mind a bit of foreshadowing, but it is actually very important to point that out. Now let's talk to TJ and Alana. And apparently Yukino is still wandering around the school, helping out. She's looking for something to block up this hole, which is actually fairly large. I think a horde of demons could actually go through that. And Alana is fairly disappointed that we're not going to block it up, but then again, we need it because it's native Mark's only way of getting back in here. And apparently Ellen went outside by herself. That's great. I think the Euphoria wielding Nikke has gone to her head yet again. Well, if there is an exit, she might actually find it. But speaking of exits, we're pretty much done here with St. Hermelin for the time being. That's what's intended, Alana. We're going straight to Spec. And hey, the door opened. What the? Mary, what are you doing here? How did you get out of the hospital? And, how are you now all better now? You were in there for about a year due to mental breakdowns and delusions. I mean, kind of out of left field there. was actually a pretty quick recovery. Even Alana and TJ are surprised. Mary the Magnificent. Curious appellation there. Yeah, something is kind of off about this. Yeah, considering the fact of her personality when we saw her in the hospital, this is kind of odd. And Mary seems surprised about that big hole in the wall. Well, then again, she's been in the hospital for a year, so she might not have known about it. Unless that is Mark told her about it. Seems like Mary doesn't like Alana talking about the fact that she's been hospitalized. Yeah, I hate to break it to you, Alana, but Mary does actually have a point. A good possibility, there, Alana, but if Mary were a demon, she probably already would have attacked us by now. And TJ has noticed that Mary's carrying her own unique compact. Well, at least you're aware of that fact. Hey Nate, when and how did you get here? Also, Miss Mark. Yeah, again, wonderful localization there. That is not how you use your in this context. And Nate, trying to remain composed even as we can see the evidence to the contrary. Wait, the police station? Ellen said that the police station was overrun. I thought you guys were going to the factory. Okay, so he went to look for guns and he got captured. That's great. Why did you give him the security card, Nate? I was going to say he screwed up, but you screwed up even more with trusting him with that thing. Well, looks like we're not going to the factory anytime soon, and Mary's confused about the fact that there are demons. Yeah, using a persona decreases your SB. It's not really that big of an issue in the classic Persona games, but it is important to keep that in mind. That's actually an odd question, considering the fact that we went there before we went to the hospital. The 300th block, eh? That's either small or large for a town. This must be the work of the girl in black. What's that about a girl in black, and why does that actually sound somewhat familiar? Not really sure, but that kind of rings a bell. But in any case, actually, we have Mary in our party, and Nate is back with us, so that's all good. And you have no weapons. Marvelous. And you get a scalpel. And some headgear, some gauntlets. Trench shoes are actually useless, because even though they raise your dodge, they're, well, actually, they're not useless. They're just, Mary has a mop, but she's the only one who can use a bow. So we're going to give that to her. Give her the headgear, its uniform, give her the gauntlets. And now it's time to equip our guns, because apparently Nate has managed to retrieve a bunch of them from the police station. That's right, adventurers. We can now use guns at this point in Let's Play Revelations Persona. We've got the Scorpion gun, and we have 9mm ammo. Mark has an M16 assault rifle, because of course he does. And Mary has a 38 special, because, well, why not? Looks like we're heading to the police station, because of course we are. Thanks for your concern. And also, since the fact that Mary's here, TJ probably can tell her about the book, Gate to Paradise, but Mary will probably just say, keep it. Without further ado, let us head outside. Wait, are you serious? What exactly is the police? Well, the fact that there was a band that was called, or probably still is called, the Police, that's actually a very odd question there, especially from you, Mary. You're seriously telling me that you have no idea of what the actual police is, or are, in this case? I'll let Nate give the details. Yeah, basically the police police things. That's how police works, ladies and gentlemen. Seems like Mary is suffering from acute memory loss. And she's surprised at the fact that the gym has been renovated. That is slightly more understandable. Wait, you were never hospitalized? Either something serious has happened to your memory, you're having delusions, you're crazy, or I just don't know what's going on anymore. But something truly is off about this. That's a possibility, and yet she's energetic enough to want to save Mark. As we stand around flapping our gums, the demon appears. And it's hostile, because of course it is. Mary, I gave you a bow, but it's probably not going to do very good against demons. Also considering the fact that I haven't rearranged my party. At close range, you could hit the demon, then again, you might not. Also, you just recovered from the hospital. That was 2 shots there, and you missed both times. That's very unfortunate. But of course, lo and behold, Mary has her own persona. And because Mary has awakened to her persona, we now level up. Put some more into, hold on. Yeah, I was wondering about that. I think I almost lost a point there, but just wanted to make sure. But with the power of her persona, Mary has vanquished the demon, much to our surprise. Then again, given everything that's been going on, it shouldn't really come as a surprise that Mary would have persona. Perhaps she played the persona game once upon a time. And Nate giving us a textbook lesson about the verbal etymology of the word persona. Very well said. And it's surprising that Mary is quickly grasping the situation. An eye for an eye, and a demon for a demon. Well, persona are the only way we can stand against the demons. Without them, we're pretty much ordinary human beings. Yeah, before we can solve the mystery of Lunavale, we have to rescue Mark. Alright, let's head out. And, no, I want Mary in the back row, because she's a long-ranged fighter. And Nate and I will take the front. There we go. Now our little party is arranged properly. And of course, once we actually storm inside Sebek headquarters, we're going to have to tackle Guido and his merry men. How could I forget that fact, Nate? And there's Mary, still talking about that mysterious girl in black. We have no idea about what that's going to be in aid of. But I think I will leave you here for the time being, and when we return adventurers, we shall finally set off towards the police station and try and rescue Mark. Though I think that there are going to be a horde of demons between him and us that we're going to have to fight through, because of course there would be. In any event, as always, adventurers, until next we meet.